Hello guys, my name remains Manuel. I'm here because of NCLEX Pro Solutions. I'm not happy because I have to make this video to address some frequently asked questions which I have already addressed. In fact, I've done videos on it. Every day I make videos to encourage nurses about eligibility, how to start and everything, but people keep reporting me to my boss that they don't understand this, so I'm not happy. But anyway, let's go over the questions. So today I'm here to address some frequently asked questions that my boss has received. The first question says, how do I start with NCLEX Pro Solution? Like seriously? Just send us a message, okay? And also check the pinned messages. If you go on to TikTok, everyone's first few messages are pinned. If you go to NCLEX Pro Solution, if you check our profile now, you see some pinned messages. They talk about the course, the process, and everything, okay? In fact, we are going to talk about our flyer, which contains everything at the end of this video. So let's keep going. Can midwives apply to write hey? Midwives, public health nurses, mental health nurses, if you have a diploma, we always encourage you to get your BSc before you apply. It could even be better if you switch to BSc nursing. That is if you are sure you want to work as a nurse in the United States, okay? I have done a video on this and it answers this question. So please check in the pinned messages once again. And if you have BSc and you understand that your process is not going to be straightforward like the nurses, you have to use different registration process, different boards, and probably use JSNA or ERES, or even if you have to use True Merit, make sure that you have to understand that there could be some hindrances with the board registration, and if you fall back, we will still be there to guide you to make sure that you get your NCLEX done and dusted, okay? Now the other question says, if I train as a nurse in Ghana or another country, am I eligible? Like seriously? Yeah, so to cut the story short, if you are a diploma nurse, you qualify to write the NCLEX. If you have a BSc in nursing, if you did a direct degree, you also qualify to write the NCLEX. The difference between these two is that the diploma nurse in Ghana will need MOH clearance before they start the process, but the BSc nurse is going straight to the NMC to start the process. Okay, now let's go on to the other question. Do you offer training and tuition? Of course, at NCLEX Pro Solution, we offer one of the best tuition in Ghana right now, and this is strictly online. We will give you all the support that you need when it comes to learning materials and also giving you assistance, giving you questions for you to answer and getting feedback. During the weekends, we put our class members in a group for a discussion, okay, where we go over some high yield questions. In the NCLEX, we have topics that you really need to look at them before you write your exam. You cannot overlook some topics, and we put all of these questions together and we do a question and answer discussion sort of during the weekend. So at NCLEX Pro Solution, we make sure that you become equipped, fully prepared before your big day. Now let's go on to the other question. What is the cost of tuition? Everyone knows this. Everyone knows that we charge the least fees when it comes to the NCLEX tuition. We initially decided to take $250. We spoke with management, and management pegged it at $200 for 4 months. And we also realized that the nurses are still struggling. So we said that, hey, if you are making a full payment, you can pay $180 for 4 months and you're going to still enjoy the same benefit. So that is it. Now the next question is, do you offer flexible payment? No, we do not offer flexible payment for students. It's already flexible and you don't need more flexibility, because anytime we break the course into 3 or 4, students needs to be chased to pay. And we are not doing that anymore because we want to use our energy to help you to pass the exam. No flexible payment, pay and get it done. Now let's go on to the second question. Okay, how long does the program training last? So the tuition is 4 months. I hope I answered that correct. Can I combine work and study whilst Yes, of course. In fact, I had to combine so many things. I had to combine organizing my dad's funeral, being in school, doing NCLEX, Charlie, and doing some extracurricular activities. Yeah, so you can also combine everything that you need to. But if you can't, make sure that you do it one at a time. That is why we have so much support in there for everyone. If I'm a midwife, will I practice as a midwife in the USA or a registered nurse? So all the specialties will be registered as registered nurses, okay? If you want to know how to become a midwife in the USA, go and search for Manuel KLB. In fact, this is an ad, okay, for myself. Go to my YouTube channel and go to the midwives playlist. I have a video for you. Okay, let's look at the next question. What exams do I need to become a nurse in the USA? Of course, you need NCLEX. If you ask this question, you need to be beaten. In fact, let me tell you, some of the questions, okay, you don't need to ask them in public. Google them before. If you Google them, you get some knowledge, then you refine your question. Oh, I hope my boss does not see this video. Will I need IELTS before I write the NCLEX? If I do, I won't write the one drill before. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll edit that part. Please, you don't need IELTS before you write your NCLEX, okay? But after you've passed, you need an English proficiency exam, of which IELTS can be part, okay? You can also write OET and PT. These are the common ones I've seen people write. There may be others, but these are the ones I recommend. My friend in the UK here wrote PT, and he used only 1 week to write. Only 1 week. And he also said it's very easy. I haven't done it before. OET is relatively easy as well. IELTS is not difficult. The score you need for the United States is relatively low as compared to the UK and other countries. You only need speaking of 7, and the others you can get 6.5, and you are good to go. In fact, don't let any exam scare you. We're a nurse near or pass it, NMC, Ghana NMC, and you are scared of IELTS, and you're also there. Oh, how powerful. How many times can I attempt the NCLEX if I don't pass? Why are you like this? I don't know what this is. Why should we even think about failure? This question I won't answer. Okay. But note that we have people who were with other groups and they failed the NCLEX and they are with us. And we are still on course, guiding them, putting finishing touches to all that they need to sit for the exam. This means that you can write as much as you can, okay? But at NCLEX Pro Solution, we aim for the ultimate. You are going to write one time and that's all. Does NCLEX Pro Solution provide one-on-one tutoring or personalized? We do not do one-on-one. We do not do that. But we encourage people to learn in groups. In the groups, we divide you into subgroups, so we can pair you with a colleague, and you guys can meet on your days that you do something for yourself, okay? But we'll give you all the resources that you need, the material, the mentoring, and everything. After NCLEX, do you help with visa sponsorship or job placement? There be that. We don't do that. But once again, if you pass, we are going to give you all the information that you need when it comes to the agencies to apply, how to revamp your CV, and all of those things. We guide you to go on to the next step, which is writing your English exam, getting your visa screen. How long does it take to move to the USA after passing the NCLEX? In fact, people are worried about. Yesterday, I was on a TikTok live. I was speaking to a colleague, and she told me, said, because she will have to relocate between 2 and 4 years. Exams no interest. I won't travel before. So I think some of the OGs, we are getting fed up encouraging people to write the exam. So always my target audience are the new nurses who are just hitting the job market. They don't know anything. They don't know the right step to take, the first step. So those are our target audience. If you've worked for 5 years and you think that you can't wait for another 4 years, 2 to 4 years to relocate to the US, how does that concern me? But you wait for 4 years to vote for Honorable Kennedy Ejapong to become the next president of Ghana. This is not politics. This is NCLEX. Okay, let's stay on track. All right. So it's your own cup of tea if you can't use 4 years to develop your own self. Don't expect the government to use 4 years to change your fate as a Ghanaian, as an African, or wherever you find yourself. I hope something can from. Next question. Is there support for international nurses outside of Ghana? Of course, we do. We are always open, we have students. We've had students from Cameroon before, and everything went on well. We had students from Nigeria. In fact, after this video, I have one fine Nigerian gentleman that I will be helping with the registration. So if you are a Nigerian, understand how your system works. Know that you need clearance, I think after 2 years. And if you understand all those bits, why not reach out to us? Okay. And how can I contact NCLEX Pro Solutions? In fact, where are you watching this video from? If you are watching it on TikTok, send me a message. Let's do one last thing, then my job for today will be done. Let's look at the flyer anyone will get when they contact NCLEX Pro Solutions. Now, this is how the flyer is going to look like. I'm going to leave it on the screen. So anyone who will send, hi, my name is, and also if you send us a message, please leave a full statement. Don't send hi and someone will reply hi, and you reply, how are you? I'm fine. Please start by saying, hi, my name is Manuel. I'm a nurse. I'm a diploma nurse, or I'm a BSc nurse, or I'm an enrolled nurse. I just did my top up. I have my degree. I want to start my NCLEX process. Then you get this flyer. Okay. So when you get this flyer, please read, because people get the flyer and they will still come back to us. So let's go through the flyer together. When you get the flyer, it says that we help you with the entire NCLEX registration process, because it can sometimes become hectic, especially if you have no idea where to begin. Okay, this part is just us trying to prep your mind that, hey, bring us job. Okay. And the second part is that we take the burden so that you have peace of mind for your studies at a service fee. So this part also means that bring the job to us, we will do it for you whilst you study. Now we have 2 programs. The first program is for nurses, is for candidates, is for individuals who have finished their nursing. Probably you did a diploma in nursing, or you did enrolled nursing, okay, which is the 2-year course in Ghana. So you probably did some top up after your enrolled course in a university, and now you have a BSc. But because you started with an enrolled nursing, or because you're a diploma nurse, you need clearance from the Ministry of Health in Ghana. Okay, you don't have this MOH clearance. Probably you just finished school, you don't even have a PIN. This program covers everyone who do not have a PIN or who do not have a clearance. You might have a PIN and you do not have a clearance. You might have clearance and you do not have a PIN. Do we have people like that? Anyway, if you are someone who do not have a PIN and clearance, if you don't have 2 of these, you fall in the first program, which is program without local license verification. This means that you use your diploma to write your NCLEX exam, or your BSc to write the NCLEX exam. In this case, you are not going to contact the NMC, whether NMC Nigeria or NMC Ghana. You assist you to write the NCLEX, but whilst you are in the process, you'll be working on your clearances and your PIN. Let me say this in P, because when you're a diploma nurse, no way school in there. At the time, you can start the process, because you need only your school transcripts, and as I will give you a form to give it to your school to fill. Then you use it to write the NCLEX, to do the registration with New York Board of Nursing. Then you write the NCLEX whilst you are working, doing your rotation, because movie rotation answer your PIN comes. So by the time your PIN will come, probably you've worked on your clearance, so you have the 2. Then you go and do the evaluation, which you didn't do in the first program. So to say it again, the first program is for people who do not have PIN, who do not have clearance, or who have PIN or do not have clearance. Let me go to the next program, you understand better. So the second program is for nurses who have finished school, who have finished rotation, they have their PIN, they have their licenses, and they also have clearance. This means that they've applied to Ministry of Health, say, hey, I want to work in the US, I want to go to UK, I need clearance. And clearance is done once. Why a B? Now they are called UK. And all those contacting us from the UK, most of them don't need clearance because they went through the process, got clearances, went to the UK, and they are now coming back to NCLEX Pro Solutions for assistance. So I'm more as straight with the second program, and they start off by doing their evaluation with true merit, which is $485, which is shown on the flyer. So if you stick to the first program, you are not going to do the $485 evaluation. You do that after your exam, and we assume that by the time you finish your rotation, you finish the exam, you've gotten your PIN and your clearances. And each of these have specific fees attached to them. They are the exact fees. Probably they might change slightly when it's converted to the CD because of the dollar rate, So that's it. I hope so. We are here. So in short, if you have a PIN, if you have all these two, you stick to the lower program, which is the program with local license verification. But because you don't have a PIN, you don't have clearance, you will not do the local license verification. You start the NCLEX program straight. And also know that if you had a 4-year BSc, just a WSS now, boom, with the wabbing, and now we have a chance, and now we have BSc in nursing, you will start from the program with local license verification. All of them are the same. In fact, 299 is the same. Just Bako have all the arsenals to start the program with local license verification to start from the evaluation. Bako so we school onyanya ni PIN, onyanya ni clearance, NTSC. Go and write the exam. By the time I bet you NCLEX now, we now PIN or clearance now already. Then we do the evaluation which you didn't do for you. Okay, that's it. Under the beautiful woman who is smiling, we have written a very nice statement which says, we take the burden so you can have peace of mind for your studies at a fee of 1,500 Ghana cedi or $150. This means that all the NCLEX process, we will do your registration for you, your board application, we will assist you with the board exams itself as well. You make sure that you pass your board exams, PSN view registration, scheduling fee. We will get a laptop, and we have our able registration head officer Abbas of laptop na yache into no name board that will choose amount or share information on the sending now. Abrantewe or some identify Washington DC board or some identify Texas or some identify Alaska and so on for or some identify Texas and I say whichever Colorado by BR and note say board now be choose for the registration. That's not where you would end up anyway. It's just to let the process easy. Okay, yes, so you pay 1,500. This is non-refundable. Which one at 3 o'clock about 3-1 now is somewhere again. All right, now let's go on to the second part, which is the tuition program. This is $180 for 4 months. Okay, and this encompasses everything. In fact, this covers everything. Okay, from learning materials, assistance with the NCLEX itself, not with assistance with registration, but anything tuition, anything learning, anything putting you into groups, anything materials, as giving you kill bank access and all. This is $180 for 4 months. And this does not mean that every month will be $180. It's 4 months for the whole cost. Okay, it's $180 for the whole cost. Now, to make payment, you pay to the Momo account. The name is Matilda Allside. You can also pay to the GCB account, which is also on the flyer. So if you send NCLEX Pro Solution hi, we are going to send you this flyer, and this is the explanation. I hope I've covered everything. Now, after all that I've said, don't report me to my boss again. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I hope that you will have a fruitful NCLEX registration process with you. And if you are a new nurse, don't think that 2 to 4 years is a long time to make it happen, to pass the NCLEX and relocate. Yes, sir. 8 years, but now we are here. My name is Manuel. Peace out.